Before I even mention that beast, very calm tonight. No swearing, because nothing will emphasise just how corrupt. I can't even describe it. So, Sarah Everard, bless her, kidnapped, raped, murdered by Wayne Couzens, and then firearms officer. I'm just going to call him the Beast from now on. You imagine her family and friends, the heartache, going through a trial, and now an investigation, hearings, people looking into the Beast's wrongdoings, how he was allowed to get away with 20 years of sex offending before and during his police career, how people were tasked, police officers were tasked to investigate him, but they couldn't be asked. Too much effort. Some's been sacked. His nickname, the Rapist. Can't make this shit up. Nicknamed the Rapist. Showing colleagues and friends hardcore, violent porn. WhatsApp messages with other coppers talking about raping drunken women, girls, when they turn up on scenes. Talking about shagging, fucking victims of domestic violence. I came across a fair few coppers in prison who took advantage of people, victims of domestic violence and the like. You know, must have victim written all over the face, and that's not their fault. These coppers like Wayne Couzens, prey on them. This guy was accused of 2 rapes, raping a barely teenage girl. A lot of these offences, accusations, before he even came a copper. Ready for the slap in the face with a shovel. The Met Police said, despite all these warnings, he'd have still got a job. He'd have still got a job. Believe me, there's certain factions when I was in the prison service who are really tight. You see, in our instructors are tight together. You know, get to go on jollies together. If there's an incident, they're not travelling, you know, it's a bit inconvenient, they won't be there. But go to another prison for 3 days, on good money, tornado rate, sit around eating pizzas, telling dirty jokes, all boys together. Do you think the firearms officers in the Met weren't tight? There is a sexist culture. They'd be tight. People would know what he was, what a creature he was. Just feel for the family of Sarah Everard and friends. Like I say, the shit that's written down, it goes on and on, failing after failing after failing. There should be a public investigation. Police investigating their own. Again, when I was in the prison service, there were some governors who were specialists in investigations, and it showed. I was investigated a few times and I've been involved in investigations. The good ones knew the stuff. They just wanted to get the truth. It didn't matter who was put in front of them. And then there were bent bastards. Bent bastards covering for the mates. You know, the people who instigate the investigations, whistle blew, ended up being the ones who got terrorised, stressed, other staff turning their backs on them. I bet the police are tight like that as well. You can't have police investigating police. This guy should have been locked up years before he got in the police force. It's an absolute crying shame. Flashing. I'll tell you about flashing, but just let me tell you. Reported numerous times. Descriptions, accurate descriptions. His car reg, make of car given. Not investigated by other coppers. Brushed under the carpet by other coppers. Should be a public inquiry into the whole mob and everything. It really does stink. People in a position, public servants, there to protect people, taking advantage of women and children. Back to flashing. A lot of dirty, horrible nonsense. Sex offenders start with flashing. It's not taken serious. People are walking away from court now. We had one. I saw his 10-year career and progression. Started with flashing at kids and women. Over a 10-year period, the offences got more serious. You knew what were coming. Homeless a lot of the time. We had a very, very wealthy family. Now the family didn't want anything to do with him, but the family were connected with law. You know where this is going, don't you? Slap on the wrist, walk out of court, a few months here and there. And just as I was leaving, he came back into prison. In his 30s. Raped an 80-odd-year-old woman. That's where flashes go. Not considered serious. They all turn into nonces and rapists. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. I want to thank you for your continued support. Things really need to change. The system really needs to change. Police can't be investigating police. There's figures out there showing how many police are suspended on sickness, how many are returning to work after not being investigated, how many are returning to work after finding guilty or being found guilty of serious misconduct. Then we've got the woke brigade, we've got the two-tier policing. It really is not fit for purpose. Main man Stephen, like I say, God bless you all. Thanks for coming. Al City.